Welcome back to Just Scribble. I have switched my EDC planner again for the month of May. I am using an A6 TN from the black canvas for my EDC instead of a standard TN, which is what I was using for March and April. So I've mentioned a few times on my channel this year that I am changing up my EDC planner kind of whenever I feel like it, which has turned out to be pretty much monthly with the exception of the standard. I used this for 2 months. So in January, I was using a week size planner, the Aura Stell Weeks Planner. And I do have a video doing a flip of that planner from January, so I'll link that in the cards up above. And then in February, I used A6 rings. I also have a video sharing that setup. And then in March and April, I was in standard and I have videos sharing that as well. All of those will be linked in the cards up above. But for May, I switched in to an A6 TN, partly because I really wanted to use this cover that I got from the black canvas. I do have an unboxing of this up on my channel, and partly because I wanted to try A6 in non-rings. I used to be an A6 planner person, and then I moved away from that because it wasn't a good fit, and I thought I would try it again. So for the month of May, I have set this up as my planner, and that's what I'm using. The layout and the setup of all of these systems, the weeks, the rings, the standard TN, and even this A6, they're all pretty much the same. Like the actual planner system, how I plan with my monthlies, my weeklies, and my dailies is the same in all these planners. So even though the sizes are quite different, like this is standard, this is the A6 TN, this is my A6 rings, and although I don't have it with me right now, this is the weeks size. This is a Planner Monkey Co. weeks, but these sizes are all different. The actual system inside is pretty much the same between all of them, but I've been changing out sizes and modifying my system a little bit in each of those sizes, partly just to be able to use different size covers and different size notebooks and inserts, and partly to kind of figure out what my best fits are for an EDC planner. So for May, it's in A6 size, and I thought I would just share with you guys really quickly my setup. So this is a cover from the black canvas. Like I said, it does have their signature waffle pocket on the front, which I absolutely love. And in that pocket, I just have a section from a little notepad that I had that just says, "Don't forget" on the front. And I just grab from this if I need a piece of paper when I'm out and about. So I just have that stuck in there. And then I do have this slipped on the front, kind of underneath that pocket, to hold my pen in my cover. I did originally put it on the back, but I don't like the way the pen sits out the back of the planner that way. So if I put it on the back like this, your pen sits back here, which I don't like. I want the pen to be kind of inside my cover. And so this way it sits nicely right there. And the pen that I'm using is a Uniball 1. That is my go-to gel pen. It's my favorite. It dries super fast on Tomoe River paper and on Stalogy paper and all of the things. And this one is in, I actually don't know which barrel this is, but I pretty much have all of them. It's just like a light tan color and it has little specks on it. And then I do have a Lauren Phelps Design TN sleeve in here because this is a single elastic TN. And so I'm using this so that I can carry my planner or my bullet journal and my monthly together. In the front pocket, I do have a sticker book from Espresso Co. It just has some stickers from some samplers and from some sticker sheets that I have. So I do have that kind of tucked in the front just so that I have it readily available. And then I have my monthly planner from Sterling Ink. This is a monthly booklet. So I have that in the inside slip pocket. And then in the card pockets, I have 2 cards, one from Planner Press that says, "If you're tired, do it tired." I just really like this card. And then I have a stencil card from Dear Lily Designs. I believe this shop is closed. The last I checked, they had closed their shop. Super sad about that because their stencils were amazing and I would totally buy more. But I'm just cherishing the ones that I have. But this is my monthly in A6 size. It's a booklet from Sterling Ink. So in the front, it has your year at a glance. And then it has 2 blank grid pages. Then it has a goal breakdown page. I'm not using those. And then it has quarterly pages in it for all 4 quarters. I don't have a need for these in my everyday carry, so I'm not using those. And then it has your monthlies, and I just use these very functionally. I did use this same monthly insert in my A6 rings. So I paired this monthly insert with my A6 ring planner in February. And I did talk about that in the video where I did a flip of my February setup in my A6 rings. So this was set up and used in February, and then I future planned in it. And then when I moved into it for May with this planner, I just filled in any holes. And so I do use this functionally. So this is the month of May. We already have plans through June, July, some in August, and then I don't think I have anything in the rest of the year yet, because I don't really have anything planned past August yet, but once June starts, I will. But this is my May monthly. It's kind of a busy month, which is why I set up this planner, my weekly and daily kind of bullet journal planner, a little bit different. Normally when I did my setup, like in my standard, which I used a cut down Stylogy, I would just go a week at a time. So I would set up at the beginning of the week, and then I would use it for the week, and then at the next weekend I would set up for the next week. But May is super busy for us. This is just personal stuff, no work stuff. My work schedule for May is also super crazy, and I really needed to just have everything set up at once. So when I set this up for the month of May, I actually set up all of the weeks and dailies at the very beginning. So this is actually a notebook from Paper Echoes. It's just a Tomoe River paper grid notebook. I did do an unboxing of this when I got it. And this is what I'm using as my sort of bullet journal. This is where my weeklies and my dailies are. The intro page, like the first page that's kind of stuck to that cardstock page, I didn't do anything there, but I did, let me paper clip it since we're gonna flip through this. But I did put some stickers down to kind of decorate a sort of May intro page. I put a May sticker there, and then I put these beautiful daisy stickers here. And then over here, I put a little notes sticker that was on the date stickers that I used to set up the planner, and a May 2024 sticker that came off that. And I'm using this as a list of just big things that I need to focus on for the month, just so I don't forget anything. And then I just kind of drew 3 circles because I thought it would be kind of cute, and it kind of matched the daisies to me. And I put 3 important things in those circles. This month is my YouTube anniversary, so I put that. It's the last day of school, the last day of the month. And then my kiddo has a huge project, a Come to Life museum project, so I put that. And I just thought it looked cute with the daisy stickers. So that's kind of my May intro page. And then it goes straight into the planner. So I did set this up basically the same way that I have the planners set up in all of the planners I've used for an EDC this month. I have a weekly overview, and then I have daily pages. In an EDC planner, that's really what I need. I need just a quick overview of the week just so I know where I'm at in the week and kind of what's going on that week. And then I need daily pages for lists. That's pretty much all I need when I'm out and about. And then a monthly for writing down things when they get booked and being able to see our schedule big picture. And so that is the setup that I used in this. The difference is how I did this weekly overview. That's really the main difference. In the other planners, I did a weekly style similar to a Hobonichi Weeks. So if I show you this standard, I had the week listed down this way, and then a section here that I could use for lists. So I had Monday through Sunday here. In the A6, I decided to do it a little bit different to maximize space because we did have so much going on. And I knew that if I divided it into 7 days, it wouldn't be enough space for all the things we had going on certain days. So instead I did Monday through Thursday here, Friday, Saturday, Sunday here, and then a place for reminders here. I will say I'm not a huge fan of this layout. It requires a little bit more thought to know what day of the week it is. I could have done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the reminders or something similar, kind of like the dashboard in a happy planner, but I knew that my brain wasn't going to think that way to jump here for Tuesday. So I did Monday through Thursday here, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday here. So this is kind of like your weekend days, and this is kind of the bulk of your weekdays, but I still prefer having the whole week down one side and not having to jump over here to get to Friday. But it is working, and the more I'm using it, the more I'm getting used to it, but that is a difference that I did. And then my dailies are pretty much set up the same way. I have a place for tasks for the day, I have a place for our events for the day, and then I have a place for Just Scribble for the day. And then the deco is super simple. It's basically just washi across the top. I have a post-it note in here with some financial information, so let me move that back there. But I was just going to flip through and kind of show you how I have it set up and how I've used it. Sometimes I write on it more than other days, sometimes I don't. It is definitely used and loved and messy with lots of highlights and markings. And at the end of each week, I left a 2-page spread of blank grid that I could use for things. I can't show you this one because there's some stuff for my channel between there, but there's 2 pages in here where I made notes for the week. And then I went into the next week, same setup, the weekly overview, and then the daily pages. And that's this weekend that we're on now. And then I had the 2 grid pages, which has more channel stuff, so I can't show you. And then this is the coming week, weekly overview and daily pages. I've already started filling stuff in. That is the thing that is different. I did set this up at the very beginning of the month. I set up all the weeklies and dailies because I know with the amount of things we have going on, I needed everything just set up and to be able to write directly in it. So I already have events listed and I've already filled out like the daily pages for events. And if there's a task that I need to do, I went ahead and added it as soon as I thought of it on the day that it goes. So everything is pretty much already set up. And then this is the blank grid pages between the weeks. And then this is the last week of May. Same thing, already set up. And then the 2 blank grid pages. And then I have a page back here for some planner thoughts and some birthday presents. And I have a place for restaurants because I had heard of a new restaurant to try, so I wrote that down. And then I have all these pages that I can use for notes or to continue using this in a future month if I want. So if I don't use this in June, which I probably won't, and I move into something else and I want to go back into this later, I'll just pick up where I left off. So May will be in here, and then maybe I use this in September. Then I'll just pick up where I left off. And then if I need pages for any sort of ideas, notes, anything like that, I will just add them in there, just kind of like I did with this restaurants. I do have an order tracker in the back, and so I've been using that. I have a couple pages for that, and then I have the back cover, and that's it. It's a little bit of a more simple setup than I had in my standard setup because I don't have an extra insert in here for Just Scribble, whereas in here I had a weekly insert from Sterling Ink that I used for Just Scribble, and so I had that weekly insert in here. I didn't do that in here. I do have room. I could put another insert in here. I didn't do it because I knew that May was just going to be a crazy month and I really needed to simplify. And so I figured I could just use pages in here for Just Scribble and I didn't need a separate insert. And so that's really the biggest difference between my standard setup and this, is that this has a monthly and then the bullet journal, whereas this had a weekly for Just Scribble, a monthly, and a bullet journal. And then the same thing with my ring planner setup. I had more similar, I guess, to the standard setup, but the weeks that I did from R. Estelle in January was kind of more similar to this setup. I am liking this, but it's not my favorite setup, I don't think. I do like the setup because the guts are kind of the same in all of them. It's the size, I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. I really like the A6 rings, and this is fine, but it's not like perfectly happy in this size. So I don't know if I would move back into this in a future month or not. Kind of depends on how busy we are and what we have going on and kind of what I feel like. But I kind of enjoyed this standard better than I like this. I liked the weeks better and I liked my A6 rings better. But I am going to, I think during the summer sometime, just pull them all out and talk through what I liked and didn't like about each one to do sort of a mid-year recap. And then at the end of the year, I will go back over what I used for my EDC for the whole year and kind of where I landed, what my EDC or what my favorite EDC options are. Don't get me wrong, I do like this. Functionally, it's working pretty well, and there's things that I could change and tweak to make me like it better, but it's not that much smaller than my standard. It's about the same width, it's just shorter. It is thinner because I have more stuff in this, but I could definitely carry my standard in a different cover and pare down, and it would be the same thickness as this. So size-wise, it's not saving me that much space, and it is actually bigger than when I was carrying the weeks. Although the weeks is a little bit taller, it was a much slimmer profile, so in my bag it's not really saving me as much space, and I've just had more fun with the other ones. But with all of them, as I switched planners for the month, or when I switched out my EDC, which was mostly each month, It took me a little bit to kind of really find my groove in whatever I moved into. And when I switched out of it, I kind of missed it. So I feel like you kind of have to be in something for about 3 to 4 weeks to really find out if you like it and to kind of hit your groove. The first week, it's a little rough. The second week, you're kind of getting your bearings. The third week is kind of where you find out whether or not you really like it. And the fourth week, you know kind of if it's love and if you really want to move out. I'm still been switching out even if it was love because I'm wanting to really try different things and share different things. But I'm going into week 3 of this, so I'll know better at the end of the month, and I will definitely update you guys after the month is over and let you guys know how I felt about it, or when I do that summer recap, like that mid-year recap. But I don't feel as good in this as I felt in some of the others, but I don't dislike it either, and it is working functionally. So it is keeping everything straight and all our to-dos and all of our events and tasks and all of the things. But that's my May EDC setup. I just wanted to share my setup with you guys, do a little flip through, explain that I set up for the whole month at once in my little bullet journal. That way it was ready to go, easy, quick, and I could use it throughout the month and pre-plan in it whenever I wanted to, just to be as efficient as possible. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to put them down below and I will definitely get back with you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this share of my May EDC. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future videos, and don't forget to just scribble.